Hey, how's it going? I'm excited to share with you today how Dave and I built this wooden countertop over our washer and dryer in the kitchen of our rental house. Not only does it look a lot more intentional, but it's also super functional to have a lot of countertop space in this tiny kitchen. Let me show you how we did it. So we're not totally finished yet, but I thought I'd walk you through the first few steps, finish up the last couple, and then I can show you the totally complete project. The first thing you're gonna need to do is measure your space. Everyone's space is gonna be a little bit different. Our washer and dryer in this kitchen happens to be in this little corner nook, and so we measured from the corner to the edge of our washer and dryer, which is full size, so it's about 36 inches. We wanted to leave a little bit of space because instead of leaving the washer and dryer exposed, as this is a kitchen and not a laundry room, I want to put a curtain in front of them to kind of hide them. If you want your washer and dryer to be showing, then you might want to back that up a couple inches, but I wanted it to leave a little bit of overhang for the curtain to go in front of it. Then I measured from the corner of the wall to a few inches past. Because these washer and dryer are on a little bit of an uneven surface in this house, they wiggle a little bit when they're cleaning, and so we didn't want it to be too tight, and especially since we're putting the curtain to hide it anyway, it didn't matter that it was right around. I'm using a tutorial from Vintage Revivals. Mandy Gubler and her husband made this amazing tutorial for a waterfall countertop like this one. They did a few extra steps that I left out because this is a rental and not our forever home. We're using 3/4 inch birch plywood instead of using 2 layers, we're just using 1. So where you're gonna wanna start is with the measurements for your top piece and the measurements for your side piece. And if you need a little bit of space on the other side like we did, then you'll want those measurements as well. Then you're going to find the studs along the back wall and add a 2x4 into the studs that will hold the back of the countertop as its support. Along the side, you're going to put brackets into the studs of the wall that will hold the countertop on the one side. And on this side, the waterfall piece of the countertop is what steadies the top and holds it in place. Now Mandy in their great tutorial uses brackets on all of the insides so that there's no screws showing on the outside. But because we had a little bit of tricky access, and also because we may want to take it apart when we leave, we thought it would be easier for us to just drill the hole straight into the top. So once you have your brackets on the wall and your 2x4 on the back wall, you can start installing this top piece, making sure that it's level and adding screws down the back and then across the side. Once we lined up this side piece, we made sure it was level, and then we used little feet into the bottom so that it's adjustable, so that we didn't have to make sure that it was exactly to the perfect right height, but we have these adjustable feet that are easily found at Home Depot or any of your hardware stores, and we installed those before putting this piece on, and then we just simply screwed it all together over here. So not an incredibly difficult project, and it makes such a difference in the way the space looks. Because I wanted to save money on the plywood, I used one 4x8 piece and had that cut down to the different dimensions, and then I noticed that the side piece that I had was cut a little bit too small, and so I went back and got a smaller piece of the same birch plywood, and we added a little piece along the bottom. If you have one continuous piece, that's even better, but I didn't want to buy a whole nother $40 piece of plywood for that one section. Once the wood is all installed, then you can stain it. I chose a darker American Heritage color of Minuac stain because I have these darker baskets above it, and I wanted it to kind of tie in. There's also a dark hardwood floor on half of the kitchen, so I wanted to tie in. After your wooden countertop is all put together, you can put your stain on. And you just apply the stain evenly and nicely over the whole project until it's covered, and then leave it for 5 or 15 minutes and then wipe off what you don't want until you get the desired color. I love the kind of dark earthy shade that we've got going here, and now I'm going to add a triple thick layer of poly so that it becomes a wipeable, washable, easily cleanable space in the kitchen. So while the poly's drying, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to put the curtain to the front of here. I used some IKEA linen curtains that I had in my old house because they're really lightweight and I feel like they're going to drape nicely, and I'm actually going to do 2, one on either side, so they can pull apart when I'm doing the laundry and then pull back together and look kind of French vintagey country chic, hopefully the chic, when I'm done. And I'm just using an extendable tension rod that's adjustable to the size of the space here. So I already adjusted it to the right size, and I just need to pop it in. That's my happy dance, because our washer and dryer built-in countertop is finished, and it has added so much functionality to our kitchen. It feels so intentional to have this space covered. The washer and dryer is hidden. I have somewhere to put my microwave. All of my food prep is now happening on this countertop that we built, and it just has added so much to the kitchen. I hope that you were able to enjoy the tutorial and follow along here and there. I hope it's something that you can find handy in the future, or spark an idea for a project that you could do at home that's gonna make a big impact in your house. And I hope that you will subscribe. I love to have you follow along. I'll see you here next time. See you later.